Which wide receiver should you be more concerned about in fantasy football moving forward? Is it Michael Thomas or Antonio Brown? The answer is Antonio Brown. Michael Thomas didn't have a great game against the Bucs. Understandable. He hasn't played since week 1. He's been injured. He's barely practiced. And the New Orleans Saints were up 37 or something, 38-0 or something like that. There wasn't any reason for them to use Michael Thomas more than they needed to. Moving forward, there's going to be games where they're going to have to go to him more. ESPN brought that up, did the same topic and brought that up as a really good point. But I just think moving forward, it's just going to get better for him. He grabbed 5 of 6 targets. That's a good sign. So at least he's getting a decent amount of targets. Just whether or not I guess if what situation they're in, if it's like a third down, they're critical, they're probably going to go to him, and they really haven't had to do that with this game. But moving forward, when they play even like Atlanta, in Kansas City, Carolina, really even Minnesota, these are all games that they're going to probably have to throw a lot more, and Michael Thomas is going to have to be there and be clutch, and I'm assuming that he's going to be clutch. It's a really good schedule moving forward for him. I only see maybe Kansas City, and even then, he should do fine. All these teams are very manageable for the Saints, especially with Michael Thomas. He should be able to beat any defensive back that he faces. Maybe Darius Slayton on Philadelphia will be a tricky one, but other than that, he should be fine, and moving forward, it should be a lot better for him. Now, concerning Antonio Brown, the reason why I'm more concerned is basically the fact that they have so many mouths to feed on this team, and Tom Brady doesn't like to throw to just one guy. He throws it to everybody. And, just listing off the guys they still have Gronk, they have Mike Evans, they have Chris Godwin, they have Leonard Fournette, they have Ronald Jones, they have Scotty Miller, Cameron Brate. It's a lot of guys on this team that can do well. They even have, I think someone named Johnson and Munchkin or something. Muckins. Maybe they have a lot of guys on this team to throw to. Tom Brady's not Big Ben. He's not going to just throw to a guy 13 times a game. And we even saw a little bit of this when Antonio Brown and Tom Brady were on the Patriots for that one game against Miami, where I think Antonio Brown had 4 targets and he had 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown or something like that. This is going to be really similar going forward. Schedule's going to be a little bit more difficult. They have Carolina, the Rams, Kansas City. It's really very similar to what New Orleans has on the back end. It's going to be much easier, and even that's not even that tough a schedule for the receiving core they have. It's just the concern of the mouths to feed, and they just have so many guys. And the other thing is, and to me, it's really dumb on their part, As much as I think it's a good idea for your football team, it's well, if you're not winning, then that's not a good idea. He's throwing to Gronk on 3rd and critical, but the problem was he wasn't catching any of the balls he threw, and he still kept throwing to him. And when you have guys like Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, why aren't they throwing to them? And even Antonio Brown made at least one. And yes, Tom Brady targeted him and Antonio Brown downfield. Catches was a really difficult. It wasn't that Antonio Brown couldn't make a catch. It was because Tom Brady literally made a horrible throw. He underthrew Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown had to come up and actually play defender to keep the ball from being intercepted. So what Tom Brady has to do is actually throw it up to Antonio Brown so that he can actually have a chance to catch it, because you throw anything near that guy and he's going to catch it. Besides maybe the fact that he was crazy for 2 years, but even then it looks like he's gone. He looks fine. There's nothing wrong with him right now, and he seems to be doing better, and the players seem to be okay with it. And then the other thing I was going to bring up too is, even though it's not a concern right now, but Bruce Arians was saying that Antonio Brown's court session hearing about his domestic violence or whatever it was, is still going on, and it's happening in December. And like a critical game, I believe it's like the Detroit game. And that if he loses this case, that they're gonna cut him. So if you are expecting him to be there, it's not 100% guaranteed. So that is also a little bit concerning. And then just the fact that he hasn't really played in 2 years. But again, he looked almost back to his normal self. He should get better over time. Definitely the targets are very concerning. And if I were Tom Brady, gotta go to Antonio Brown more. You can't be that stupid. Like, they possible they're gonna lose all 3 of their next games. Definitely to Kansas City. And I think if they want to win, they gotta go hard on Antonio Brown. Not that I don't like Mike Evans, they probably should do the same thing, but he has to stop going to Gronk because he's not the same guy he was 4 years ago. Antonio Brown still got it, and they just gotta keep trying to him, and they can't play Patriots football. He made some good catches when they're on the Buccaneers. He's got to figure something out, and he's got to figure out to get the ball to him, and I really kind of don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, I just think they're really underutilizing Antonio Brown, and that's kind of why I think it's more concerning. So, yeah, that was basically it. That was the episode. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me on my Instagram or Twitter account at BullseyeFantasy. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and share this video. I appreciate you watching. Peace.